Okay, we are recording. I'm just going to make a note of who is here. We've got some serious players in the game today. We've got Adelika, we've got Courtney, we've got Francie, we've got Katie, we've also got Nikki. So we're just missing Kieran and Regina and Mohammed. Sweet guys. Let me just know in the chat box how are you feeling out of 10 today? Out of 10. And I want us to do in terms of action. No, we'll say that for tomorrow. Just say out of 10, how are you guys feeling today? Well, Katie's wearing red, so that means it's going to be a good day. Who's a 6? Katie's a 7. Okay, Crocus is a 2. Okay, we can work on this. Hopefully this is going to be the good vibes that you needed today. Okay, so I'm really excited, guys, about this week, about this boot camp that I am delivering for you. Why? Because I want to push myself to become the best leader and educator that I can be for you guys, but also to help you start, realizing your potential on and off the charts. And I say this, because we, our trading is consistently going and you guys are working on that. And I'm so proud of you guys, each and every single one of you, for working so hard on your trading and your growth. When we talk about, Rudina's here, woohoo! When we start going into our topic of conversation today, I do not want you to become overwhelmed. I want you to think of this alongside your creative career, whatever your passion is, whatever you are working on for your life goals as an artist, as a creative, as a freelancer, that does not disappear. Okay. And in the same way that I'm leading by example, my dance career has gotten more laser focused than ever because of the network marketing business and the things that I've been able to learn from it. Okay. So today is the 1st of February. It's a new month. It's the month of love, or, it's a nice flowy, breezy month. It's a month of movement. We're also in Aquarius season. We're still in the Aquarius epoch. Okay. And for the next 28 days, it's a nice, short, sweet month, right? For the next 28 days, we are going all in. Make the decision. People make short-term decisions about everything. Don't decide to work with me on this project this week, but the next week you feel low and you give up. This is the month, these 28 days are going to be the ones where you push yourself the most, okay? So that come March, it feels very easy and it feels light, okay? You need to be thinking about the long term. I achieved P600 in 1 month. That's 12 people. I did P1000 in 3 months, which is 30. Can you hear me? You can hear. Okay, cool. Okay. Once you think of the numbers, it's a lot less scary. So this whole talk today that I'm going to be giving you is purely about what is network marketing. And I think it's really important that we talk about this, because this is the industry that we're in, network marketing. And it's one that's got, a bit of stigma, but we're going to deep dive it today. So you understand this industry that you're going into and how actually you're going to be able to use it to benefit you in the long term, okay? Because, like I did P600 in 1 month, that's 12 people, P1000 in 3 months, just because I applied myself. And then I slowed down because I became comfortable, right? So I need to push myself out of my comfort zone. And whilst I am doing that, I will be placing people underneath you, because that has to happen. I can't grow unless you grow. So I have to place people underneath you. So you need to decide if you are going to be that person that's going to get those people, as well as your own people. Do you know what I mean? The people who have said that they don't want to build and they don't want it, they're not going to get people placed underneath them. It's you guys here in this call who will be growing. You will be hitting P600. You will be hitting P1000, and probably 2 and 5,000. If I'm going chairman, then it kind of makes sense, right? So in this way, I kind of like to think that the universe is like Google. It's like an algorithm. If you start to search for things, if you start to kind of navigate in the right way, then those things that you want are going to come to you. And we've learned that trading is so much more than just trading. It's the psychology, it's the commitment, and it's the motivation and the long-term consistency behind it. And this is what we're going to be teaching, to every new person that comes in and joins our wonderful family. So we're talking about network marketing today. I want this to be an open forum to discuss this topic, because this industry, the network marketing industry, has changed my life. And I don't want to talk about it financially, from a financial perspective, because we know that. We know the chairman 10s, the chairman 750s, like we know the numbers, okay? I want to talk about it from a personal development point of view. We're coming up to the year point. I've been in network marketing for nearly a year. And for more than anything, it's felt like being in business school, you know? And, we're at a time right now, we look around and everything is chaos. People are being made redundant left, right, and center. Industries are letting people go left, right, and center. And I think that actually network marketing could be the savior for so many people. It saved my life and it saved countless lives within the IM platform. Okay. So you guys know that, well, for those of you who maybe don't know me other than through this, so for example, some of you will know that you'll know me as a friend, or you'll know me just as a dancer. So this wasn't always my bag. This is just a skill that I've been able to learn over a few months of being pushed. Over really that 3-month window was where I learned pretty much everything. My journey's just been incredible because I've loved it. I love my career as an artist. It is an honor and a privilege to engage in the arts and be a dancer and be a teacher. But I'm also having to work contract to contract. If there are no films going, I'm not getting paid. So that way of living makes things really difficult, and it's just really not fun at all when you don't know when your next job is coming in, whereby my money is just enough to get me through, just enough. So if you've been hand to mouth, I think let's kind of get some context with each other in the group. If you've been hand to mouth and you've been just about managing, please put a 2 in the chat box. Okay, Courtney's a 2. Any more 2s? Or no, you can just be like, no, I'm blessed. Oh, okay. If you are hand to mouth, if you are just about managing, if your wage just about covers your life, and it's a little bit stressful from time to time, but you're just about managing. Courtney's not managing. Trust me, I know. I feel you. Okay. So I want you to look at the last 6 years of your life. Look at the last 6 years. If you don't change something, the next 6 years will be exactly the same. It's because of cycles. We know that. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, when I came into IM, I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad about 3 times, and it teaches you about personal finance, right? I learned that I needed a residual income, and that doesn't mean passive income. They're different things, okay? Michael Jackson made $150 million and he's dead. He made $150 million last year and he is dead, okay? Residual income, you do the work once and you get paid consistently for it. So Michael Jackson he did a lot of hard work over like a number of years, but he's been continually paid for it and he's not even here, okay? I've tried so many businesses. I'm a little bit of a entrepreneur, I kind of hate that word, but throughout uni, like I tried so many different things and I still do, I tried things and they flopped. I bought websites and sold them during university because that sounded like a good idea. Flopped, lost a lot of money. I sold clothes and that worked quite well. Okay. And then last year I discovered the harmonic scanner. And for the first time ever, I had a disposable income. Okay. But the game changed when I met Des. When I met him, he was 42, I think, something. He was earning 10,000 per month plus bonuses. Okay. And where did I meet him? At convention. And that convention changed the game for me. February last year, this month last year. I was just so intrigued because I saw potential. I saw so many 5, 6, 7, 8-figure earners, and they got up on stage to give talks. The network marketing industry produces over 10,000 new millionaires a year. Just think about that. 10,000 new millionaires every year. Money is accessible. It's just how you decide to get it. So I just decided to make a very simple decision last year. You guys might have seen my IM convention video on YouTube. You see all the people screaming and shouting, and Matt Rosa in a less shiny suit that he wears now, he was talking, everyone was screaming around me, and I just said to myself quietly, I said, okay, if they can do it, why not me? And I just decided to go all in with network marketing. So just to make things really simple, that's kind of my journey with this. Network marketing is, otherwise known as direct selling. It's simply a distribution method that makes use of word to mouth recommendation. So in the same way that, like bloggers and influencers share their lipstick and their shoes off ASOS, it's exactly the same thing. So please do not freak out just because we're working in the world of Forex. It's just a whole other ballgame which pays a lot better. I want to put into perspective, I've been doing Afro hair care for 7 years. And in 2 months, I made more than I'd made across 7 years of collaborations with companies doing network marketing for them. Okay. So some companies, spend money on ads. Some companies spend money on, like billboards and things like that. But IM doesn't do that. It doesn't have a scrap of advertising anywhere. It uses their own customers who are happy with the organization to do word of mouth testimonials, right? So, we're never forced to help the organization grow, but we get rewarded if we share it, if we're giving a personal testimony to somebody. And we know that testimonies are incredibly powerful. If you've ever acted off somebody's recommendation and bought something because they recommended it, just throw a 3 in the chat box. Yeah, we all love a little discount code, or maybe, our friends got some, like an Invisalign, and they say, oh yeah, I just did Invisalign. Then you say, okay, $3,000, I'll just drop it. I did that. Or an influencer, they didn't even give a discount code. They got their laser treatment at Pulse Light Clinic, £600. I bought it like that. Why? Because of personal recommendation. Okay, we are so numb to adverts now. Who's ever just sat and enjoyed a nice YouTube video advert? No? Oh, you skip that? Okay, so if you're driving and the scenery is beautiful and there's a nice billboard with a phone number on it, you're like, oh, that is a nice billboard. Let me just take a picture of that real quick. Yeah? No, it does not work. Technology is changing, but also the way that people shop is changing. People don't react to ads anymore. They would rather go with somebody that they know and trust in order to make a purchase of most things, right? Even if somebody buys some clothes, we're like, oh, that looks nice on you, I'll buy that, right? We do it on the sly as well, because we don't want to think they're copying our style. So if you think about Uber, did not do a single bit of physical marketing. What did they use? Affiliate links. And they made so much of an impact that taxi companies all over the world were protesting. Airbnb put companies like Marriott and Hilton almost out of business. Not a single bit of physical marketing. All it was referral links. Okay, so just think the next time that you refer somebody to Nando's, you're like, oh yeah, I just had a nice cheeky Nando's. Did you receive a check for that recommendation, that testimonial? Or you say to somebody, oh yeah, follow me on Insta. When was the last time you received a check from Instagram saying, thanks for helping us grow? Right? We don't, because we've been trained to not expect that. Okay, so I used to think that network marketing was kind of for little shady people. I did. Arbonne, everyone's jumped onto Arbonne because of COVID, right? Tropic Skincare is another one. Ann Summers. Courtney knows that I used to do a bit of Ann Summers. Terrible time, first year. Avon. Body Shop also has a network marketing program. Marriott Hotel also have a network marketing program. Okay, so it's a lot more prevalent out there than we would actually expect. But with IM, nobody's ever forced to buy a product. The product that we sell is money. It's making money, right? Network marketing kind of had the stigma of over-promising, and it ended up actually being just purely recruitment. That's why it's kind of got a bit of a bad rep, right? Bad rep, because it was all about recruitment. People would just say, just sign up and then just sign up more people, right? But throughout the past couple of years, or especially this year with COVID, network marketing has gone through a rebirth, and it is now looked at as a very professional industry to be in, okay? So I just want to go through some of the benefits, okay, of network marketing that maybe you would find helpful. So with IM, we have incredibly low startup costs. So think about, when you're buying into a franchise, let's say you want to start up a Starbucks somewhere in your local town, you have to buy into that franchise, and that is around £25,000 to buy into that franchise. If you want to open a McDonald's, again, it's around £30,000 to even buy into the franchise. That's not even to build the property, make it all up and hire staff and all that, this, that, and the other, just to buy into the organization, which, by the way, again, another form of network marketing. Every Boots, every Starbucks, every McDonald's, every Oliver Bonas that you see is somebody engaging in a form of network marketing. They've bought into the franchise and they are reselling it, okay? But in this organization, our startup cost is $16, i.e. £12. That's how much IBO costs. Super simple. It's never been cheaper to make money, okay? You can do network marketing part-time. So you can grow at your own pace, at your own time. If you are, just trying to hustle, trying to make some money to support your freelance career, and you've only got between 7 and midnight in the evening, or like maybe 7 and 9:30 at night, you can be network marketing during that time and be successful. Okay. We've got single mums who are doing this. I don't know how, but they make it work. It is scalable. If you can teach, you can duplicate. So realistically, if you think about it, I worked hard for 3 months. And had I been maybe a bit more proactive in those 3 months, I could have trained up maybe 3 people on my legs to become really strong leaders, and then they would just grow. They would just do their thing, in the same way that Des has done the training to have really strong leaders underneath him. He just kind of sits back and enjoys, right? So it's scalable. If you can teach, you can duplicate. And that doesn't mean, you relinquish your responsibilities. Absolutely not. But it's all about giving people and facilitating everybody, with the necessary tools that you can help your business grow. Okay. It's a proven system to work. So it's not like we're starting from scratch and we're just figuring this out. Like, the blueprint that I'm giving you is the blueprint that I also received, that Kofi also received, that Des received from Shabazz, that Shabazz received from Matt Rosa when he signed up, right? The proven system works. So we know where we're going. It's just about completing the steps to get through the blueprint, to get through the action plan. Okay. And there are none of the typical risks and liabilities that you have with another type of business. So we've got no shipping, no quality control, no licenses, no legal requirements, no brick and mortar, right? So it's kind of like a win-win scenario. In like the most digital age ever, you can grow a business that's totally like on the web, virtual, right? And you're also able to help others achieve their dreams, as well as like growing my trading account, which is lovely. I'm helping people to achieve their creative career goals, because if I can teach somebody how to grow their trading account to 20,000, they're going to be able to fund their projects for the rest of their life. So we are in the market, we are in the industry of helping people, and that is at the top of my kind of priority list. That is what I do. So when people ask me what I do, so I help people fund their creative careers. Okay. It's going to help so many people. And I want to talk about something that's always been asked to me. And if you've been asked whether you're in a pyramid scheme, maybe just throw a 4 in the chat box. If anyone said to you the dreaded question, but isn't this a pyramid scheme? Oh, and it makes you go, please. So we're going to kill this once and for all. And I don't blame people, because we don't know what we don't know. Okay. And a lot of people are saying that because they're fearful, but they also haven't got the right information. Okay. So what is a pyramid scheme? Let's talk about this. First of all, pyramid schemes are illegal worldwide. IM is not allowed to function in certain countries because trading is illegal and blah, 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 which is really sad. IM is allowed to function in the UK and in all the Western countries because it's a perfectly legal system, okay? Pyramid schemes is where there is no product. It's just recruitment, where people are buying into an organization and then that money is fed upwards to people, okay? They're not paying for a product. We are paying for a product. I still pay £300 a month for my elite package, and I use it every single day and I rave about it every day, okay? So it's purely affiliate marketing. I'm using a product, I love it, and I refer it. I've also been invited to a pyramid scheme. It's terrible, terrible marketing plan. So, and also in a pyramid scheme, it's where the person at the top makes all of the money, and that can't happen in IM because it's being measured and monitored. So if I stopped working, Katie can outrank me. There's a reason why I've outranked Jess Larsh, who signed me up, because I've done more work, That's not to at anyone. Oh my God, maybe I should cut this out of the video when I post it, lol. But it's true, woo, skirt. But you can outrank me. If you work harder than me, Agaliki, you can outrank me. And I look forward to that day, because that means that you are killing it. I'm happy for everybody, okay? Really important that you do your research. There's a website called businessforhome.org. It's AAA rated, and it shows you all the network marketing agencies and people who are, incredibly profitable. So it's a regulated organization. So you can actually check against, different websites and things like that, which are the good network marketing companies and which aren't, okay? And IM Academy is currently the top ranking in the world. Also, we have to remember that every industry has a pyramid structure. Every industry has a pyramid structure. So I love when people tell me I'm in a pyramid, because I say you're in a pyramid. Why? Because they're everywhere. They're in every single business and organization model. Corporate, schools, churches, government, and network marketing, right? So this is how I educate people who are coming at me with a pyramid objection, okay? So 90% of us are working in a pyramid job, right? So you are an employee. If you have a bit of paper, just draw the pyramid so you can see it. I want you to split it across the middle. I want you to put the CEO in the tippity top, and all the employees and the peasants are down in the bottom section, okay? Can an employee make more money than the managers or the senior managers or the chief operators? No, they are not allowed to make more money than the chief operators, the CEOs or their managers, the people at the top. The answer is no. Okay, so does that mean that it's a pyramid? You know, I mean, in this pyramid that we're in, we pay the highest taxes. We have to ask our boss permission to go on holiday. You have to take a sick day where you don't get paid if you take too many sick days. God forbid you get incredibly ill, right? Your boss decides when your lunch is, or how much time your life is worth, how much money your life is worth, time of your life is worth. Does that make sense? So I love jobs, don't get me wrong. Like, I love working behind reception at Danceworks, Schulte. Hopefully I'm still on the job there, right? But you know, the message is not to be reliant on one source of income where you are totally limited and restrained to having to work for somebody else and to pay, essentially you're paying them so that they don't have to pay more taxes. Does that make sense? This is where residual income comes in. You do the work one time and then you get paid long after the work is done. Passive income doesn't work like that. It's not as good. So I want you to kind of just close your eyes for a moment and just imagine that every single Friday, £250 comes into your account. Oh, Katie's smiling. Yeah. Now imagine what you could do with that, or just like how much easier it could make things. Just a little bit easier, you know? That's currently what I get. You eventually have, 6 Fridays in a row, you don't know what to do with it anymore. So you put it into your trading account and you leverage it. Smart, right? That's only P600, that's 12 people, that's nothing, right? So once you get to that stage, life gets a lot easier. But then imagine if you got to 6,000 per week, which is what I think Des gets, something ridiculous like that. The game has changed, and it sounds like very, I don't know, shooting for the moon. But just by following the steps, it is doable, right? I probably could have gotten there faster than a year, but that's because I chose to do things slowly. You know, I didn't go as aggressively as some of these other people have done, but I know for a fact that I definitely could have gotten that far. But I think I like the way that we've done this in terms of like, consistency and quality and, not being aggressive. I don't want to have a turnover of people who aren't seeing results. Do you know what I mean? So, the way that I've done things is fine. But if you decide that you want to be more aggressive, then that is your journey. Okay, you want to say something? No?
I was just going to sort of echo that, because of the demographic that we're going for, we're aiming at creatives and artists, and it takes a different tone. It's not a hard sell tone to these type of people, and our careers are already built on like longevity, and like it's not a quick thing. So I think I'm just kind of saying like, this is we're going at the right speed. Like we're not behind, that anyway. But like it just feels like it suits the tone.
Yeah, for sure. And also, like, I plan on having a very, very healthy dance career where I am respected not only for my choreographic work, but for who I am as a person and the value that I'm able to bring. And I want to make sure that, that integrity is maintained. So I wouldn't want to do something that could then jeopardize potential future working relations.
I mean, literally, our art is built on being truthful. So anything that's not truthful, people are going to sniff that out and like reject that. So it's I think I'm proud of the legacy you are creating.
Oh, this is our legacy as well. So for example, we've got Agaliki, who is starting Crocus and is doing incredibly well with that. You may decide at one point, Jess, you're fucking fired. I'm going to make my own company, right? In the same way that I did to Kofi. I didn't even tell him that I made TC, but I just had the vision. It came to me one day. I was like, artists need this. I'm going to make my own organization. You may decide that Nikki is going to do Nico Poland one day. That might happen, it might not happen, but however you decide to do it is totally up to you, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. The internet is insane. I had a conversation with a girl just now. She lives in South Africa. She's been saving up for around 6 months to have 1 month of IM education. So when people tell me they can't afford it, goodbye, jog on. Because you've got people who are scrapping. I had a call with her just now, and the work that she's going to be putting behind this to support her family, to get to P600 so that she can make change in Namibia is pretty crazy, okay? But I said to her, because she was, she wants to help people, but in Namibia it's really, really tough. And I was like, look, you've got the whole internet on your phone. You've got 8 billion people. So come in with the abundant mindset. The people who want this are there waiting for you. They're just waiting for you to say hi. They're waiting for you to make that post one day, and they get brave enough to message you, You don't have to be talented to do this, trust me. You just need to stick to the blueprint, Let me just see where my notes start. I'm not going to go into all of this. Cool, blimey, I wrote a lot of notes. It's because I just got so many nuggets to share. Okay, well, I'll try and get through these as quickly as I can. So we know that, like, with venture capitals, they fail like 90% of the time. But with organizations like this, the majority of them don't fail, except for the rare occasion when somebody hits P2000, like has happened with AFA, and they've just decided to quit. And then the people beneath them have just continued to grow and boom, and then they've come back because their organization has grown without them. So do not let your organization grow without you. Don't miss out on the residual income. If you want it, just work hard for 30 days or 3 months and be continually rewarded for that. Okay, so when I say you don't need to be talented, you just need to be coachable. You need to be committed. The biggest tragedy is when people flake. I made my email about this today. Courtney will know, because I'm focusing on, guys, for those of you who don't know, I'm sending an email every single day to my email list, again, pushing myself out of my comfort zone. The people who fail are the ones who flake. And not even just quit, not give up on themselves. I've seen people who have incredibly low insecurity push through and come out bigger and better than ever. It's people who flake, okay? So don't do that. Be consistent, and just plug into the training, and just then have self-belief, desire, and the growth mindset, okay? Because then the work is done. So our company is really simple. We're Trade Creatives. We are a group of freelancers and artists who learn how to fund our full-time creative careers using the Forex markets. I say it again and again and again. Just keep that in your mind when you start to tell people, okay, so they're like, what do you do? Well, I trade Forex and this is who we are. So you get really good at just knowing your script, but not only Forex, where, for example, I was on a film set last week and I still could trade, but maybe somebody's working another job and they can't trade. We've got drop shipping. We can teach people how to, engage in cryptocurrency. We've also got the IBOs, so people who maybe don't want to do Forex at all, but they just want to be influencers. People would rather that, right? So at the same time, whilst you're growing your kind of tree, your organization, you're always going to be helping people. So whenever I'm helping you guys, that's helping me. That's at the same time, right? So you're always going to be helping people within your organization. So I think, oh yeah. So this is what I found really interesting as well. So Forbes magazine said that most people need an extra £600 a month to feel comfortable. We are going to be providing that opportunity to so many people, but also IM was featured in Forbes. That's massive. So if you ever feel like self-doubt, and trust me, I've had those days back in the beginning, I was like, who am I? What am I doing? IM was featured in Forbes. Okay, times are changing, and this wave is going to be happening. You've got to decide whether you're going to be on the wave to catch the wave. Does that make sense? So for these next 28 days, I want you to be on board with me, because we're going to be starting the next wave, the next financial opportunity for artists and freelancers, and your next move is crucial. And I can't wait to be on this journey with you, because I get to watch you go into beast mode in a way that you never knew that maybe you needed to go. Okay, so I'm going to be teaching you throughout this week, how to invite people, how to build a team, even when you don't know many people. We've got our social media call tomorrow, which is going to be doing social media SOS and all the different options available to you. We're going to be going through inviting, often the scariest part, and actually it's the easiest part. We're going to be going through launching, how to sign somebody up, because that's kind of scary, and I didn't have any help for that, right? How to launch somebody. And then also we're going to be doing our weekly challenges as well, which I'm really, really excited about, to just give you guys little bite-sized tasks to help kind of ease you in to the kind of throes of what network marketing and getting you along with network marketing. I think it could be quite helpful. A lot of people will kind of like do training and then think it's great, and then they won't do some little exercises to help get there. So you can decide how fast or slow you want to go, but if you don't do anything, you're not going to get anywhere. Okay. And we're going to talk about this more tomorrow on our social media call when we're talking about, you know, people's perspectives of us and blah, blah, blah. You know, you have to think of yourself as an influencer. You are a person of authority within your field. Katie, you are the go-to person now about voiceovers and how to create a sick-ass reel, you know? On top of that, she's also a Forex trader. Like, that's amazing. People are going to want to meet you, want to have conversations with you, you know? Courtney, you're going to be that person who, you know, has their crafts and has their alpaca farm and has all this, that, and that, and she's a Forex trader. I want to talk to her. You know, there are going to be girls that you give hope to because of your talents. And then again, with your abilities as a leader and somebody who's able to welcome people and nurture them and make people feel like they're capable and special, and, you know, all of those really important things that we kind of forget in the adult world. And doing these little challenges, these weekly challenges, I think is going to really help you. So I'm going to leave it there for today. I'm going to drop the weekly challenges kind of as we go along. Maybe, okay, let me give you one for today to carry on for the rest of this week, okay? I want you to make your list. Nikki's kind of already been doing this. I want you to keep going with that. But I want you to create a list of 100 people. Find people within your kind of niche. So let's say, Katie, you are a voiceover artist and an actor, okay? So maybe just go through Insta, search some hashtags and see people, okay, she looks really nice, and oh, he's very talented, and oh, she's an actor, but I can see that she drinks well. Do you know what I mean? Find a list of people, create 100 people in your list. So then even if you get a 10% conversion, that's 10 people. Then you're 2 away from P600. Does that make sense? But it's not just about creating a list and then hounding people. I don't do that. I create relationships. I follow them. I, you know, every time I see their post come up on my Insta, I leave a comment, you know, if they do a story, a little emoji. So you're building that relationship over time. And then when it's ready, when the time is right and you're doing your first mini event, you can then say, hey, your stuff's awesome. I do this, blah, blah, blah. Go for it.
I was gonna say that, like, I am starting to practice that a bit more and not go in straight away by saying, hey, like, hello, I do Forex trading. And actually, if you build that relationship, just go, okay, that after a month of little back and forth and liking their stories and all of that stuff, they'll remember me and they'll be open to the conversation. It also is beneficial because I'm connected with people who are in my biz anyway. Yeah. And like, oh, I can, you know, there's credibility. So that is, I kind of learned that today because I started conversations without a sort of an agenda, literally just saying, oh, hi, I thought I'd say hi because we've whatever common ground. And it kind of paid off a little bit, apart from that one girl who was super frosty. But those come too.
Yeah, those come too. And you know what? They're going to remember you as well, you know? I always go back like a month later, I'm like, so how are you doing? I love a frosty. And we're going to, I think, because there are different ways to do this, and we're going to talk about this more tomorrow. I understand that I've got a little bit more to leverage because I've done a whole YouTube channel. I've got people actively coming to me. So I never feel like I have to reach out, I suppose, and do the cold ask. Do you know what I mean? But even having said that, I still did that. And there are still people in Trade Creatives who are from my cold messages, you know? So it does work. It just depends how you want to do it. And that is going to be for you to decide as you're going about it, okay? So I want to respect everyone's time. I've been on here for 40 minutes, but I hope this has been just a nice introduction. Day one, what is the industry that we're getting involved in? And actually how well, not scary it is. Everyone's freaking out, but it's really not scary. We're in the business of making friends and helping to change lives. And if you can change 12 lives, that's you pretty much sorted. You know? And so
the good thing about being...
hello?
Sorry. No, I was just saying that I don't care anymore if people tell me no. Doesn't matter, because the good thing about us being creative people is that we're used to no's like all the time. This is not new. It's just the industry is new. And at the end of the day, if they say no, so what? If they tell you you're a scammer, so what? Doesn't affect me. Like it used to affect me quite a lot. Doesn't affect me anymore, because if it was a scam for us, we wouldn't be here, right?
Yep.
That's number one. Number two, what you just second what Katie said, because I stopped doing the cool thing like before. I just said, hey, thanks for liking my post. It's not that suddenly I have a massive team, but it's just the back and forth of messages is more, because people might start following you and you might have a chat with people. It's like, oh yeah, I see. Yeah, I had this issue as well. I'm doing this. Have you ever thought about doing that? Like, even if it doesn't go anywhere, it does get one step further. So I'm hoping, keep doing that. It will get to a step further.
And again, we'll talk about this tomorrow. It's all about leveraging, because then people are eventually going to want to jump on board. And it's just our job. Like I said to Agli Kiale, we're not in aggressive sales. Yes, we're kind of in sales, but I think of myself as a hand holder. Is this right for you? I can help you if you think it is. Less is more in my mind, and just being really honest and transparent. And that is what has got me to where I am today. And it's going to get us where we want to be. Okay. So 28 days, we're going all in. Your weekly challenge for this week is to create your list, or start making your list. 20 people for the next 5 days, right? That's 100 people. So start creating those.
What's the list for? Like people we approach, or not? We're not approaching them?
Yes.
Yeah.
People you have your eye on, people who you think could be great, or you don't know, or maybe you'd like to know, that sort of thing. We're building our network. Okay. Amazing, guys. Well done. Hope you guys took lots of notes, because I had so many notes from this call. Have a lovely rest of your evening. Have a glass of wine, because I certainly will be. And I will see you guys tomorrow for our social media SOS call for our leaders bootcamp. If I don't see you on a go live, if I don't see you on the WhatsApp, I'll see you somewhere out there really, really soon. Okay. Love you guys so, so much. Have a lovely rest of your evening. Bye, Francie.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
Katie.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Coco and Nikki and Rudina. Whoop, whoop. See ya.
Bye, guys. Bye.